Hello and welcome to ETAuto Big Bite, a show that brings to you industry's movers and shakers. Today I'm joined by Mr. Prasan Firodia, Managing Director, Force Motor. Force Motor is one of the oldest and probably most diversified automotive company that we have in India. Welcome to ETAuto Big Bite, sir.
Thank you.
How do you see the Auto Expo and what all you have on display today?
So we have a lot on display this time. I'm very happy to state that we have three grounds up complete new platforms on display. Our focus is predominantly on shared mobility, last mile transportation and people mover segment. So from that perspective, what we are showcasing, one is our new shared mobility platform called T1N, which is behind me. This platform is built for India and for export markets. It is a platform which has been built keeping in mind both diesel and 100% electric driveline as well. This is also a platform which is crash compliant. So when we bring this platform into the market, which is end of this year, we will be offering to the segment 25 segment first features.
Okay.
When we bring this to the market in India, we will have dual airbags, complete crash compliance, pedestrian safety. We've used light guide technology, convenience features. So this platform is really built for the future and it is built for significant exports. In addition to this platform, what we have also done is we have created a complete new grounds up utility vehicle modular platform. Now this platform will replace our current generation tracks, which is again a people mover product in the rural India. And this modular platform has given us the opportunity to create three different vehicle types. So we are coming out with a new cargo range on this platform. We will come out with a new people mover range. And also we will be coming out very shortly by May, we will be in production with our complete new off-road or recreational vehicle called the Gurkha, which is again grounds up completely new.
When are you launching this electric?
So this on the shared mobility T1N platform, the electric vehicle will be out by next year.
And are you going to tie up with a partner or you will?
So we
How
have
are you?
already a technical partnership with a leading company in Germany from whom we are sourcing the required technology. We will be using that technology and locally building all the aggregates for the electric driveline, except of course clearly the element of batteries will be something which we will all buy out.
So what would be the range of this vehicle and what if you could give us some sense of?
So the range approximately will be around say 180 kilometers.
Okay, in one
to
charge.
start with. Yes.
Are you going to tie up with some kind of fleet business or how are you getting the charging
So
infrastructure?
if you look on this aspect, basically, shared mobility is happening in multiple areas. It's happening not just in terms of electric vehicles, it's also happening in terms of aggregators. So our platforms between the current Traveler platform, we've also made our current Traveler fully electric. So with that platform and with this new generation shared mobility platform, we will have multiple variants to cater to last mile requirements and shared mobility requirements in both electric and combustion engine driven technologies.
What kind of market share do you expect going forward in this space for yourself?
If I look at the Traveler segment today, we already have close to 68% market share. So we are clearly the market leaders in the van segment. We are clearly India's largest van players. With these new platforms and with these new technologies, our objective is to take these platforms into international space. So thereby giving us significant more
Largely
volumes.
export focus.
Correct. And of course, India also. So with this new platform, we will create a more premium product for India. While with the existing platforms, we will create significantly more value-based products.
Which are the other segment that you plan to debut in the next few years?
So in addition to these two platforms, we are also showcasing today a complete new platform, which is a 51-seater bus, which is a monocoque 51-seater bus. So that also gives us significant market opportunity to play in the bus segment. And being a monocoque, it has significant advantage in terms of weight to competition. It is more durable. The ride and handling characteristics are significantly better. So that's a new segment for us as well.
The bus is a new segment. Any other in the vehicle side? Any other expansion or?
Now, if you look around at our stall, between the three platforms we have on display and between the multiple variants that we have on display, I think we have a lot on our plate. The objective would be to now see how we can leverage these variants, leverage these platforms in the right manner and in the right market in the right time.
What is your current business breakup in terms of vehicle and components? And how do you
keeps
see it panning
fluctuating.
out going forward?
At times it is 50-50, at times it goes 60-40. So depending on how the year has been, either for the luxury car segment or how the year has been for the commercial vehicle segment, it keeps fluctuating.
Do you have any further diversification plan for your products or your business? What is going to be your focus area going forward? Because we see that in the tire or mobility space is changing. How are you looking
So for us,
yourself fitting
the
in
focus
this?
will be shared mobility, will be last mile connectivity on the people mover side. We will also be coming out with some cargo variants to get into the cargo space. So these two will
LCVs
be
basically.
LCVs and shared mobility. These two platforms will be our main focus areas. In addition to this, we also have a large aggregate business where we build the engines for Mercedes, we build engines for BMW, and now we are setting up our joint venture which will go into production next quarter with Rolls-Royce. So we will be building large 1000 horsepower engines in India for global requirements of Rolls-Royce. So there's a diversification between vehicle business, aggregate business. Within the vehicle business, we have three platforms: shared mobility, people mover, diesel, electric, cargo. So I think
It's a bouquet of elements.
a
So how
bouquet
do you
of
see
products.
your top line going forward? How do you see specifically 2020?
2020 is going to be as exciting and as challenging as probably the last year, calendar year has been. There are still a lot of questions in front of us in terms of how the transition will happen from BS4 to BS6, how now the supply chain will get affected with the most recent virus situation in China, because that will also affect the automotive industry at large. How people will accept the price rise that is happening from the transition from BS4 to BS6 will also have to be judged. So it's going to be an exciting year to say the least.
So we have seen a lot of manufacturer already shifting to BS6. Your customer, which is Daimler, Mercedes, was one of the first few companies to launch BS6 vehicles. You are the supplier. What has been so far the impact or experience? Do you see, is it that big impact that was anticipated earlier, or is there?
No, as for both BMW and Mercedes, we've already started making BS6 programs. So from that perspective, it's not been a challenge. There's been a smooth transition, and they've also started making fully BS6 compliant vehicles already now.
How do you see 2020 when it comes to your top line?
As I mentioned, given these facts in terms of the transition, in terms of the current situation in the economy, difficult to say, but I'm sure it will be better than what happened last year. So we are looking at it from a more positive perspective, but difficult to put a number to the table right now.
So how are you trying to de-risk yourself from this slowdown that we have been seeing, or the disruption that is there? What are the area you are looking at?
On the aspect of slowdown, I'm happy to say that so far, if you look at our numbers, we have already had a growth in our numbers over the same period last year. So in terms of numbers, we haven't dropped. We've actually sold more vehicles this year than we've done last year, which in comparison to the industry at large today, I think we have a very, very strong position when it comes to the vehicle business. But we have to see how 2020 spans out.
For industry, what is your estimation? How do you see the overall automobile
I think
industry?
overall the auto industry will see improvement for sure. I think the government is pushing on significant investments on infrastructure. The government is predominantly pushing on bringing money back into the consumer's hand. The government is pushing to bring money into the rural economy. These will all drive
Do you think any measures, be it corporate tax or the recent announcement, do you see it will really bring back
I think
money
you have
at
to
the
look at it in
consumer and
totality.
liquidity?
I think the objective of the budget in totality has been positive to bring money back into the system. It will take time for sure, but I think we should be more optimistic for 2020 than what we were last year. I mean, last year, of course, has been a disastrous year for the industry at large.
Your focus clearly looks exports too. What kind of share you expect to your revenue from exports going forward in mid to long term?
Difficult to give a number out right now. We will be opening several export markets very shortly. So I think the opportunity is, suffice to say, that we are looking at growth going forward in terms of numbers, in terms of top line, then a situation where we may not grow because we have increased our product platter, we've increased platforms, and we are increasing significantly by opening up markets.
Which are the new markets you expect to enter?
So the Middle East, for example, the entire GCC Belt, Africa, South Africa, South America. So the T1 and next generation shared mobility platform will go into all these markets, for example.
One last question. We have seen your very beautiful, lifestyle vehicles. You have been trying to bring them for quite some time now in India, but we don't see volumes there. Are you satisfied with the performance of your vehicle?
If you are talking of lifestyle vehicles, are you referring to the Gurkha?
Yeah.
So the Gurkha is a very niche segment. It's a product which goes into this niche segment. Our product so far was significantly a very rugged off-roader so far. What we've done with this new platform which we are showcasing today is a product which is significantly tamed for very good ride and handling on the roads and also very good behavior on off-road driving. This platform now comes with complete new body, complete new interiors. So it has a lot more convenience features. It is crash compliant with dual airbags. So it is a lot more convenience adopted to the consumer and should give us better numbers going forward. But it's a very focused and a niche segment though. And it will grow, and this product we will also export.
So you have similar exports plan for your component also? To be firm. Okay. So how do you see the pie from exports in both the business segments, like component, passenger?
No. From components business, there is no export. Components business is, yes, I mean, Rolls-Royce is 80% export, will go back to Rolls-Royce for global markets, and 20% will go into territory surrounding India.
What's your investment outlay for next few years?
We've already invested, say, close to about 1,500 crore rupees on these 3 new platforms which we have showcased today. And over the next few years, I think it is fair enough to say that we are looking at anywhere around 500 to 750 crore rupees.
On new platforms or entire expansion?
Creating variants out of these platforms, creating the necessary enhancement in terms of engineering, capacity, capability on electromobility and so on and so forth.
Thank you so much, Prasan, for
Thank
talking
you.
to
Thank you. Pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.